If you were to tell me that I was about to react some popular BookTok books and probably going to read them in, I don't know, last year or like half a year ago, I would have told you that you're crazy. But yeah, today we're just going to do this crazy idea because maybe BookTok has some hidden gems. Because maybe BookTok has some goods that haven't been spoiled yet. But hey, the popular things that are on BookTok until now, they really surprised me and I really love them. And also, one of them is Zodiac Academy series, which has become one of my top favorite series, I can say. So, without further ado, let's dive into today's picks for this video and let's see if we find something good or not. And let me know down in the comments below if you read them, if you're having them on your TBR, or just you don't care about them or at all. So we will discuss the blurb of 5 randomly picked and the most books that surfaced on my BookTok For You page, and then we're going to see if, I don't know, it does intrigue us, it does not, something, whatever. We're just going to go through them just as speedy as we can with like the tropes, the themes, and everything. And then maybe I will follow up with a vlog or something that, hey, I read a book and yeah, it's like this, or hey, I read a book and it really surprised me, it's in a hidden gem category, and probably it will gain a prize in my favorite books of the year that we are going to see a wrap up at the end of this year in December. The first book that I'm having on the list that it was everywhere because everyone has been ravaging about it. It's just only one book, I believe, in the trilogy. There are 3 books right now and it's called Bound. And the second book is kind of scheduled to release the next year, probably in May if I remember correctly, or it was March. It was something with M, one of those months, so yeah. But we're having Direwolf, the Wolves of Ruin trilogy, and it's a kind of a Fourth Wing meets the Hunger Games. Just disclaimer, I've read only Fourth Wing. I haven't proceeded with Iron Flame and Onyx Storm because I said that I will not engage anymore in any of the trilogies and series that are not complete because I just dislike this. And I'm still stuck with Zodiac Academy because I'm currently at book 8, proceeding to finishing it. But to be honest, I feel like I would love to read this because the next book is really appearing the next year. And also the third book, it's rumored to be here probably in 2025 or by the end of 2026. So I don't really know, but I'm really intrigued by this because it says Fourth Wing meets the Hunger Games in this spicy page-turning romantasy. I don't really care about the spice or something. I really love when it's like a fantasy. They're, I don't know, forming a couple or something. I just don't really care sometimes for the spice. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's just in a huge amount. Sometimes I'm like, I'm just going to skip this paragraph because I know it's going to be spice and I'm just reading the dialogue. But it didn't happen a lot because I wasn't really reading, I don't know, a lot of spicy stuff. Where humans and direwolves forge unbreakable bonds and fight for survival at all costs. Only the worthy survive the bonding trials. She will risk her life and her heart to be one of them. Marion Cooper, so we're having our main character Marion, and she has always hated the bonded elite warriors who form mental links with the massive vicious direwolves they ride. Okay, so it's basically Fourth Wing, but without bonding the dragons, you're bonding direwolves. That's really cool. And I saw on the special edition and the signed edition with a hardcover of Direbound, I saw that the wolves are like gigantic. So Marion struggles to keep her family out of poverty while they live in luxury. When her little sister Sayla, I don't know, we will just pop the name on the screen, is kidnapped, stolen across the border by the immortal monsters, that's a mouthful. Her country has spent centuries fighting. Marion's world falls apart. Okay, so basically she enlists in the army and then deadly bonding trying, blah 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 blah. And we're having a dude that is a beautiful instructor that is called Stark Therion and is eager to punish any weaknesses. And it's like basically the whole motto of the book, it's bond or bleed, duel or die, failure or ruin. And like basically most of the fellow BookTokers that I'm following and like I'm really hoping that I would see some hidden gems or something, or like they would recommend me good stuff, or maybe they just like the book. I am trying it, even though I don't like it or not, I'm just going to try it anyway. Basically, they are, I just found that Dire Bound Book 3 is going to come out on 30th November 2026. So I just predicted that. I didn't even know. So, and Fury Bound is going to come in May. Yeah, 5th of May is going to come. And how people are just rating it already. What? That's crazy. They're like literally rating based on the first book. So as I was saying before I was interrupted, basically all my fellow booktubers are really vouching for this book and they're like really loving it, and they're saying that it's like some kind of intense, like the Fourth Wing style and something. And I was like, okay, if it's Fourth Wing styled, I really liked Fourth Wing pacing. I really liked Violet, that she's using her intelligence and everything. So first of all, we are knowing details about the entire world as the readers, but also at the same time she's using her intelligence to kind of keep up with the reader, you know, while still being from her POV. It's like this amazing and smart creature that I haven't been reading about smart women in a long time, especially in a fantasy book, because most of them are clueless, most of them are like reckless, most of them are like, oh, I don't know, maybe I'm just, I don't know, very just going up the hills for someone that just they don't even know, and then they are mates and fated to be together, or like they're just hating each other for like 2 pages and then they're married. Yeah, with this being said, it really intrigues me. If I don't know, on BookTok is like very popular or something, maybe it wasn't for me if I don't like it, but yeah, I'm just going to probably read this. I'm going to try to read this by the end of the year, because the next one I'm having, it's actually a Halloween peak, because it's like very gothic and very dark fantasy, and I really love it. And it's a standalone with only 682 pages, of course, because I can't really read any more small books, because I'm like either engaged in multiple series and reading like huge ass books, or just I cannot read standalones anymore, because I cannot stand, pun intended, I cannot really stand the lack of details and the lack of world building and the lack of characters that they're having in like, I don't know, under 500 pages. But without further ado, that's Nocticadia. And Nocticadia by Carrie Lake, I just love it. I feel like it's a dark atmospheric tale of deadly secrets and forbidden love. I just love this. I loved the first sentence when I saw the blurb and I was like, yes, add to cart. Well, not really add to cart, but I was like, initiate checkout. No, wait, I wasn't talking about this. All jokes aside, it's kind of true, because I'm having it on Kindle Unlimited and I can really press add to checkout, but it's like only borrow now, so yeah. But it like the goth cover and everything, and it's basically the main character has her mother succumb to a mysterious illness, and she promised herself 2 things: that she would find the cure of for what ravaged her and leave the Forsaken City when her mother abandoned her. And basically it's like 4 years later, I received an acceptance letter from Dracadia University, one of the oldest, most prestigious schools in the country. Nestled on a secluded island off the coast of Maine, it's rumored to be haunted by the souls of mental patients exiled these centuries before. I cannot read, it's fine. I didn't read this part of the review. I'm having goosebumps, and now I'm more interested in this. Oh my god, this is so Halloweeny. Oh my god, those whose bones are said to make up the island's white sandy shores, and restless ghosts aren't even its most daunting peculiarity. How are people pronouncing these words? Okay, and then is basically a Dr. Death, brilliant pathologist in charge of the Midnight Lab, and he's devastatingly handsome professor. So we're having again kind of a Lance and Darcy, if you're read Zodiac Academy, kind of like student-professor relationship, who seems to love tenacious first years like me. It's the forbidden romance. He aches for redemption. Oh. Nocticadia is a standalone dark academia gothic romance. Okay. So it's a dark academia gothic romance. So it's not really romantasy or a dark fantasy something. I don't really know if there is such a thing as dark romantasy. I only know about dark and gothic fantasy. But anyways, that's interesting, and I'm going to keep that for this Halloween. So of course, probably I'm just going to ditch Darkbound for now and just going to read this. The next one, oh my god, the next three are just, so one of them is kind of a duology, and I don't think it's going to be the third book, so it's just a duology, not a trilogy, and it's going to be an audiobook, and it's called A Tribute of Fire, and the second book is A Vow of Ember. And basically this book really caught my attention because I saw just so many creators, and not even on BookTube but also on BookTok, and it's the Eye of Goddess duology. I mean, it's two primary works, and the second one was released on 8th July 2025. And basically it's like a fate of the cursed nation depends on a princess who must outwit a mortal enemy and outlast the trials of death. It's also trials in something, and I'm having Kindle Unlimited, and also I'm having the free Audible audiobook with it. So I'm planning on like reading something like, I don't know, fantasy, something kind of like trial, deadly stuff during work sessions that I'm doing, or just at work, because sometimes I'm like having per day 2 or 3 hours when I'm doing some mundane task, and like literally I can focus on like thriller books and something. And you've been following me and or seeing the previous videos in which I told you that I'm listening audiobooks this way, I've completed so many audiobooks this year by just doing this, by just listening 2 hours at least per day at work. It just works. I love it, and it's fantastic. Give me 14 of them right now. So we are having Leah, and is the princess of Lotris, a dying desert nation cursed centuries ago by an earth goddess, one still worshipped by the thriving and adversarial nation of Ilion. Okay, and Leah has a beloved but untrained sister. The winding streets of Ilion itself have been transformed into a labyrinthine maze of countless choices and dead ends. Okay, and there is a dude that is called Jason. So she's like having Leah a name, and the place is Doctress, and her sister is Queen, but like spelled differently. And then it's Jason. Yeah. Dear Saria Wilson, couldn't you find a better name for the dude? He sounds very mortal or something. Oh no, wait. She's a princess and outwit a mortal enemy. Ah, okay, now it makes sense. But I feel like Jason is like fit for something that he wouldn't fall in love with it necessarily, but like maybe he's like the right hand man, or maybe the third one in a love triangle. I don't know. This is how I'm picturing it. Okay, it just, the tribute game is on. It's up to Leah to defeat the goddess curse, to lift the goddess's curse, restore Lotris to its former glory, and change the fate of every young woman destined to follow in her path. So basically she will ditch all the traditions that will be going up then. So yeah, I don't know why I keep exiting Goodreads and also killing the process, and then I will need to kind of go again to find it. So we're having right now 2 epic, I mean, I guess one of them is epic, but the second one is epic for me because I really love Norse mythology, and I'm having 2 epic trilogies that I could not make my mind which one to start first. So probably I will need you to let me know or something. And also, if you're still here, don't forget to subscribe to the channel because I'm doing a lot of gaming stuff with like Switch 2, probably some Steam Deck ones as well. I want to do also some vlogs, some reading vlogs, and also don't forget to stay tuned for more videos that will come every Thursday. But before I'm continuing the video, yeah, I'm also posting daily on Instagram if you want to know whatever I'm reading in real time. Let me just wrap things up in this video by telling you about the 2 amazing trilogies that I could not make my mind on what to read, that I could not make my mind on reading. So the Norse mythology book is the Flame Cursed Fae trilogy, and I don't really know why it's called Flame Cursed Fae, by Eliza Rain, by the way, because I feel like, I don't know, I wanted something more Norse. So basically the first book book is of Blades and Wings, the second one is of Frost and Feather, and the third one is of Ash and Iron. And it's a book about a woman that kind of wants to go through training and wants to earn her rights to become a Valkyrie and to earn her Valkyrie wings. And I was like, excuse me, I haven't really read something about Norse mythology since I read Norse mythology by Neil Gaiman, and that was like, what, 8 years ago, I guess? So up until then, I haven't touched anything Nordic. Okay, of course, besides the Northgard's strategic game that I'm playing from time to time when I'm having free time in the weekends, this book really fueled me so much joy and so much happiness. If I am to survive the Valkyrie training, I must earn my wings. If I am to survive Cain, I must make a choice that could burn our world to ash. And she's like having fey magic, and it's Featherblade Hall, a kind of a place, a mythical place, and she's destined to die alone in the tower. She needs to collect her sister. Oh my god, the gods took his wings away. He can't leave Featherblade. This is about Cain. And he makes no secret of his blazing desire for revenge. So it's like Fae Vikings meet romantasy in these enemies to lover series in an academy and war college setting. If you love villain gets the girl stories and obsessive burn to the world down for her male character, then this is for you. I don't really know if I'm still over the fact that, oh my god, I'm going to burn the entire world for you, or just I'm still accepting it. But like for this book with the Valkyrie training and everything, it just sounds fantastic, and I hope I'm going to like it, and I hope I'm not going to be disappointed. I don't know, I'm seeing some recent reviews. Oh, look, recent, 1 year ago. Why are they showing me 1 year ago reviews? There are like 1-star reviews, and some of them are like really recent with like 4 or 5-star reviews. So, but I just hope they don't let me down. And the last, this is kind of weird because I also saw these BookTok trilogies really everywhere I was looking, and not only to my girl BookTok creators that I'm following, but also to the guys BookTok channels and like booktubes. And I was like, okay, so this is really going to be good. And it's about Fonda Lee's The Greenbone Saga, the Jade City trilogy. And the Jade City is the first book, then it's Jade War and Jade Legacy. And let me tell you, when I saw that it's like a Jade City and it's like a Godfather-esque saga of intergenerational blood feuds, vicious politics, magic, and kung fu. And also, it's a setting in which their currency is jade. They're extracting their power from jade. They're having as currency jade. This is why it's called Jade City. And I'm like, okay, I didn't know I will ditch the emerald and love the jade so much, because just listen, the Cole family is one of the 2 crime syndicates that control the island of Kekon. It's the only place in the world that produces rare magical jade, which grants those the right training and heritage superhuman abilities. So it's kind of a Marvel powered by jade. It's kind of like Thanos, but without having the Infinity Stones, he's having like jade. Yeah, so me being such a huge nerd and a huge super fan of superheroes, you could say, I immediately thought about everything that I loved. And it's jade wearing warriors once protected the island from foreign invasion, but nowadays, in a bustling post-war metropolis full of fast cars and foreign money, Greenbone families like the Coles are primarily involved in commerce, construction, and the everyday upkeep of the districts under their protection. And then it's not also a dude or a girl or something, it's the entire family. It's a family business to protect a city. I don't know why, but this like really gets me to think of Shadowhunters. I don't know why. I don't know from what or something, but like the way Clary got to the institute with Jace and then she became one of the Shadowhunters, and then they are like progressing to every book and going into a city. This with Jade City was really giving me a vibe and an air of like Shadowhunters, but like new and fresh. And I think it's like kind of a young adult or like adult something. I don't know. I just love it. Okay, sure. I wouldn't really. Oh no! Look, it's a Fonda Lee's debut adult fantasy. Oh my god, I'm loving even more. I wouldn't mind a young adult, but sometimes the young adults, I feel like they're so limited with language, with the setting, with like the world building, the characters, and I'm like, and it's like a really hit and miss for me. But like the adult, I'm gonna take it. So yeah, I'm really excited about these. I don't know if you read any of these, but let me know down in the comments below. I hope you really loved today's video, and see you in the next one Thursday. Also stay tuned for some shorts, and see you daily on the Instagram stories and reels that I'm posting, and catching up with you then and there. Bye bye, and until the next video, happy reading!